your 19 First Alert forecast.
Good afternoon. I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News, coming to you from our digital desk. Let's take a live look outside at our weather picture from our First Alert network of cameras. From the south to the east and the west, we see some sunshine. And this is the bright spot, because from here it does not look any better. And we are going to have a serious problem come this weekend. Going to welcome in 19 First Alert meteorologist Andy Chilian. Andy, we have First Alert weather days now slated for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. This is not messing around time.
Yeah, it is, and you know, we've got a lot going on, so we'll break them down each day at a time here. Friday and Saturday, tomorrow and Saturday, of course, it's all about the bitter cold, and then we're watching Sunday and Monday for a potential and what's now looking more likely winter storm across our region. So I want to show you, first of all, we'll dive into the cold tomorrow. It's all about the wind chills. National Weather Service just issued a cold weather advisory. That's issued when wind chills could drop 15 degrees below zero or colder. So as we take a look at our wind chill tracker, this is what it's going to feel like for the rest of the day. I mean, it's cold, but it's not as bad as what it's going to be. Notice those dropping below zero tomorrow morning, and then look at tomorrow afternoon. I mean, this is no joke. Wind chills are going to be between 15 and 20, or really between 10 and 20 degrees below zero for a lot of us, and that's because it's going to be very windy tomorrow and temperatures will be falling into the single digits. The worst of this cold is going to be tomorrow afternoon into early Saturday morning. You see those wind chills starting to actually rise a bit into Saturday morning. It's a little bit backwards because the air temperature is going to still be dropping, but the wind will be lessening. So obviously wind chill takes into effect both wind and air temperature. Well, if the wind's not as strong, then it won't feel as cold. Nonetheless, though, Saturday we'll start with actual air temperatures. Your thermometer will be reading below zero on Saturday morning. And then the wind chills will still be pretty cold as we head from the rest of Saturday into Sunday, and even not much better on Monday either. So that is what it's going to be feeling like. That's the cold aspect of it. And then we have our First Alert weather days, Saturday and Sunday. You see the high temperatures here. Saturday just cold, but it's a quiet day. Sunday watching for snow, and it's still going to be cold. And notice there's really not much wind on Sunday. We'll start to see the wind pick up again on Monday, but now let's focus on the winter storm aspect of this. And as you can see here, we've got all of Northeast Ohio and really all of the state pretty much in a winter storm watch. Now, winter storm around here means 6 inches of snow or more. And I know some people in the snow belt may be thinking, well, I just got 3 times that much this past week. But this is going to be a system snow. That's a widespread snow, and that's across pretty much all of Ohio is going to be impacted by this. So if you have travel plans to Columbus this weekend or Cincinnati or anywhere, you're going to be dealing with this. In fact, amounts will be higher the farther south you go because we're going to be right on the northern edge of this system. So this is going to lead to travel disruptions, and I want to talk about what's going to happen here with that system. So here's Friday at 1 p.m. around this time, and notice it starting to take shape across the central southern plains. I'm just fascinated by this system with just how large it is. I mean, that's a very large shield of snow, and then the pink indicates a wintry mix. That's a lot of population being impacted by this. So travel plans anywhere to the south, but also the northeast is going to get this winter weather. So there's going to be a lot of delays, cancellations at airports. That's going to be a problem. So here's Sunday morning. I got a little bit too far ahead of myself. I'm going to go back to about Saturday. Saturday evening and night is when the snow is going to move into northeast Ohio. It may be a real light snow at first. I think we're going to battle some dry air at first. So you may be seeing a few flurries and wondering when the real snow is going to arrive. That may not actually happen until Sunday afternoon. But as the system begins to ride up the East Coast following that jet stream, we get in on the edge of it. And that's when some of our heaviest or most significant snow could be as we head into early Monday, and then you can see that moving out as we head into Monday afternoon. So this is a long duration storm too, especially for the south, and something that needs to be taken very seriously. So now is the time to, of course, prepare for that as we have a quiet evening ahead. You can see here we'll stay pretty quiet as temperatures will hover only into the mid-20s. And again, I do want to show you just the near-term future view as well, where we're going to see things falling to the teens to start the day tomorrow. Don't want to rule out a bit of lake effect to start the day tomorrow. This isn't going to be a lot of snow, but you can see a little bit of action there. With temperatures being as cold as they would be, this would have no problem sticking to roads. And then as we get through tomorrow, you can see these are actual air temperatures as we head into Saturday morning. Again, a lot of us going to be starting below zero. A Saturday, a dry day, but still one that we can barely get above the single digits for the afternoon, Dan. So lots going on here over the next several days. Extreme cold Friday and Saturday will be followed by a likelihood for some snow and potentially impactful snow on Sunday and Monday.
It is Northeast Ohio. It is the winter, but this is getting old. We're going to take a quick break and see what kind of relief we might have on the other side of the weekend. We'll be right back. And welcome back as you take another live look outside from our First Alert network of cameras. We've got downtown on the top. I believe we've got, that's in the south there. I believe that's New Philadelphia in the lower left corner. And then we've got Independence on the lower right corner. We're going to bring back in 19 First Alert meteorologist Andy Chilian. And Andy, I'm just going to point out for our viewers, anytime you see those glowing red boxes in our 7-day, those are First Alert weather days. We just generally don't have 4 of them stacked together like this.
Yeah, I mean, it's an active pattern. I feel like the last time we may have had that is during the summer when we try to highlight the heat. But this, again, is really 2 parts. So Friday and Saturday, again, want to reiterate the weather days are for the cold. So other than a little bit of lake effect possible tomorrow morning, we're really not looking at much in the way of snow Friday and Saturday. It's Sunday and Monday we're looking for the snow. I know sometimes people can be impatient when we talk about these winter storms. I think it's going to start snowing, and then they wonder where it is. So this isn't coming until the second half of the weekend into Monday, okay? But that is what Sunday and Monday is going to be. Now, it's not exactly going to be warm on Sunday and Monday, but when we talk about dangerous cold, that's when we get to those wind chills that are between 10 and 15 degrees below zero or colder. That's really going to be in the Friday, Saturday time frame. So the rest of the First Alert 7-day, Dan, I know before we went to that break, you said, is there any relief? Well, the short answer is no. I mean, you can see Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we're stuck in the teens. Could be a few more snow showers, flurries around. Mornings will be starting 10 to single digits. And double weekend, nope, not much relief. And I'm going to go ahead and say this now. Yes, it can still change in the future. We've been looking at some of our long-range models. Some of them, many of them, do not show us getting above freezing again until February 5th. That is 2 weeks from today. Yes, that can still change, but I mean, this is going to be a very long duration cold over the next week, if not potentially 2. And it's not just a little cold. It's not just like a few degrees below freezing. We're talking about teens. And so, yeah, I mean, it seems like we haven't seen a winter this bad in a while. No, last year was cold. That was our coldest in 10 years, in fact. But this one is, I think, going to be wrapping up or shaping up to be a pretty memorable one as well, Dan.
Ugh, not what we wanted to hear, Andy, but we're not going to blame it on you. You don't make the weather. You just report on it. We appreciate it. 19 First Alert meteorologist Andy Chilian. We'll see you at 3 o'clock.
All right, sounds good. Thanks.
All right, take care. We do start 3.5 hours of news and First Alert weather at 3 o'clock. And as our weather department always says, the next forecast you watch is the most accurate because they get new data in all the time. So think about today, tomorrow, Saturday. As we get closer to Sunday, there could be that wobble with the storm. If it stays south, not that much snow. If something wobbles and it pushes up north, we could be in for more than predicted. So we'll just have to wait and see, and make sure you continue to check in with the 19 First Alert weather app as we get closer to Sunday. If we have any other breaking news, it'll be here on our digital platforms. Otherwise, we'll see you at 3 o'clock. I'm Dan DeRose for 19 News. Try and stay warm.